So we can confirm that flights into Tokyo by British Airways, Lufthansa out of Germany, and others have suspended flights into Tokyo as of last night. So what does that tell you?
Well, this is the thing. She wrote this note right after the earthquake. She said they had email capabilities, so she was writing. Her husband's here in the United States right now, so she was writing everybody to let him know that she's okay, the kids are okay, but that Goldman Sachs had already, at the time of the earthquake, evacuated the building.
Well, you know, I'd like to see some proof of that. We have gotten proof in that FEMA and Homeland Security are ordering clinics not to prescribe the potassium iodine, the medical grade type to people, telling them basically to hoard it. And we've got that article up at prisonplanet.com. It just broke.
We're on the march. The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Do you want to learn more about preparing for the hard times ahead? Have you ever thought about actually getting off the grid and becoming truly self-reliant? Introducing Off the Grid News, a weekly newsletter for independent Americans who want practical advice on how to survive and even prosper in an increasingly dangerous world. It's the best way to get a black belt in emergency preparedness, survival skills, and off-the-grid living. Packed with hard-hitting information on gardening, food preparation, alternative energy, and home security, there's simply nothing like it. And the best part, this $100 annual subscription is now free of charge. Simply sign up today and you'll also get our hard-hitting report, Food Shock, Why 2011 Could Be the Single Most Important Year in American History to Plant a Family Garden. It's absolutely free for listeners who sign up at offthegridnews.net. That's offthegridnews.net. Get your free Food Shock right now at offthegridnews.net.
They helped to create a new world order.
We are part of a new world order.
A new world order based upon collective action.
Invisible Empire is a damning indictment of the globalists through their own words and documents.
The new world order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities.
It means all the world under their control.
The United Nations would take over America. The Trilateral Commission would control the world.
Invisible Empire chronicles how men of power and influence have worked in stealth for centuries to establish an oppressive world government.
I believe, first of all, that we now need nothing short of a world constitution for the global financial system.
Global governance with the establishment of the G20.
So it's going to be an inner ruling elite and then everyone else. And I got news for you. You're everyone else.
Invisible Empire. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com, or watch it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Hi, my name's Russ, and after my heart attack, I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I needed to keep on working, but now it's becoming a problem. I heard about these garlic cayenne drops and hoped it would help me. Well, I've been taking them for about 4 months, and the way I'm feeling now, I can see how I just might make it to retirement, thanks to Extendovite.
My name's Don Wiskin, and I want you to know Extendovite works. If you're looking for more energy, or just want to be as healthy as you can, now is the time to join the growing list of real people benefiting from Extendovite. To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822. Or visit our website at heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
We now take you live
to the Central Texas Command Center
in the heart of the resistance. You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
The toll-free number to join us on this Ides of March, the 15th day of March 2011, this Tuesday edition, is 800-259-9231. I have a special statement to boil it all down coming up after pharmacist Ben Fuchs leaves us. He's popping back in live. He was on earlier today. And yes, if you go up to InfoWarsTeam.com, they do have the Thyroid Health kelp iodine based tablets. They're right there at the top of the site for people that can't see them. There's also some drops that company has. We're going to get those up on there. People keep asking. It's out everywhere. I haven't promoted it the last 4 or 5 days. It is at InfoWarsTeam.com if you want it while supplies last. I don't know how long they will, but it'll be removed once it has been sold out. It's InfoWarsTeam.com. I'm going to get into this report after Ben Fuchs leaves us, and then I'm going to get into the latest developments that are earth-shaking, pun unfortunately intended. Also, this latest article is only at prisonplanet.com. It's going up on Infowars.com the next 5 minutes. U.S. government blocking Americans from obtaining potassium iodine. And we're getting massive emails and confirmed reports with names of where this is happening. Now, the man gave us his full name and everything. We need to have Watson add name removed for privacy, even though the guy didn't ask for that, so people know this was confirmed, not just a caller. He gave the name of the place. We're getting countless calls and emails confirming that they're being told that the U.S. government has told them not to issue this out to people and to basically keep it. Germany has announced they're going to shut down pre-1980 nuclear plants. That's Reuters. Blast escalates Japan's nuclear crisis. And the government is saying that radiation is now being injected directly out of the 4 devastated and exploded plants. 1, definitely, reactor number 2 has had its core revealed. The containment vessel is broken. Plant 4 may have had the same thing. You saw the Mark III plutonium-based plant blow sky high yesterday. The Prime Minister's been ordering last night and today the 500 workers back in. They're not going back in. So we don't know. I mean, the fact that they're trying to cover their hind end and saying, okay, reactor containment of 2 has been breached. Who knows? It's probably much worse if it follows the trend of what we've been seeing. I'm going to be getting into all of that coming up. And, of course, your phone calls, Terry, Nolan, Pat, California, and others that are patiently holding the toll-free number, 800-259-9231. But when I go to you, please be quick because I want to get to everybody. Pharmacist Ben Fuchs will probably just up the controversy even more. In fact, I was just taking iodine during the break, and I gave some to Phil. Will you bring that bottle back in for me? Thank you, sir. Trying to explain to people the difference between this type of iodine. We have the headline, Panic Buying Stocks of Potassium Iodine Exhausted in the U.S. We have a screenshot of IOSAT. Indications, thyroid blocking, and radiation emergency only. This is the stuff sold out all over the place. And it says it's 130 milligrams of potassium iodate tablet, USP, and 14 tablets per package. Now, separately, they're available still in some stores, though it's sold out almost everywhere. Iodine from kelp or dulse or alfalfa. And reading mainline medical journals about this for people to have good thyroid function. You've heard about the African tribes have the giant jowls because they live up in the mountains and don't get any iodine, and they have all those illnesses. Other tribes that don't know have it. The point is that when your thyroid is filled with natural iodine, according to all the medical doctors, people we've interviewed, then it won't absorb the radioactive iodine. Now, the question is, why is the pharmaceutical stuff 130 milligrams, and then this is 150 mcg? I guess that's micrograms. So what is the difference? People are calling in saying, Alex, you need to take thousands of these drops to get the same amount of what is in the IOSAT. Well, look, all I'm doing here is covering alternatives. I'm not giving medical advice. I don't know, okay? I just know what people like pharmacist Ben Fuchs have been telling me. Ben, try to explain this to people in layman's terms who are confused.
Okay, here's the deal. There is the recommended daily allowance of iodine, the suggested amount of iodine. There's iodine that you need for daily functioning. That is based in micrograms. Then there's the iodine that you take for protection, for radioactive disasters, for example, such as SSKI or the potassium iodide pills. Those are measured in milligrams. So when you take iodine for protection from radiation, you need a lot more than when you take a baseline level for daily nutritional purposes. However, it's important to keep in mind that you can take too much iodine. So you don't want to stay on a high dose of iodine for too long a period of time. For emergencies, it's understandable. You do need to have a high dose of iodine to just drench your body with it so you don't take in that radioactive stuff. But the stuff that you're talking about, the kelp-derived and the stuff that you get from dulse and the stuff in the that you buy at the health food stores, those are typically providing 130 to 150 micrograms of iodine, which is based on the recommended daily allowance of iodine. And so the difference is a 1,000-fold difference between protection and regular daily nutritional use.
As a pharmacist, does it do any good then to take the regular nutritional supplement iodine if you
protection?
Yes.
No, there won't be enough for protection. Unless you've been doing it for a long period of time, and even then, it depends on how much you're exposed to. I would certainly, if I could find the potassium iodide, if I was worried about protection and I could find the potassium iodide, that's the way to go. Or SSKI, which is a solution of potassium iodide.
Okay, but if you've been taking the regular type for a long time, though, then that does...
It helps, but again, it depends on the kind of dose of radiation dose that you're getting. I mean, if you're right by the reactor, and Alex, by the way, iodide, protecting yourself using iodide does not give you overall protection from radiation. It gives you protection from radioactive iodine. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, not from the strontium.
Strontium, not from uranium, not from plutonium. It gives you protection for the thyroid.
Yeah, I think that's why people are freaking out so much about this, is because they think it's going to give them 100% protection.
No, it's not. It's not going to give you all that. That's why you want to upregulate all of your enzyme systems. You want to upregulate all of your detoxification.
Well, I know there's a whole laundry list of things that help with radiation. What are some of those things?
There's a lot of things. Selenium is very important. N-acetylcysteine is very important. Sulfur is very important. Vitamin C is very important. The amino acid glutamine is very important. Building your body's glutathione levels is very important. Superoxide dismutase is very important. There's a whole bunch of things, and it's really important if you want to protect yourself from overall protection for radiation that you upregulate all of these systems.
Continue.
MSM is very important. Eating a lot of sulfur-containing foods is very important. Eating a lot of, cabbage is very important. Onions, garlic, which also contains selenium. Those are very important. I think I said vitamin C is important. Seaweed in general has, in addition to seaweed containing iodine, seaweed also has an ability to chelate or magnetically attract heavy metals. So eating substances that can help you magnetically attract these heavy metals and then pass them through your body is another strategy that you want to use. Vitamin E is very important. Vitamin E works with selenium, and vitamin E also acts to protect cell membranes. Essential fatty acids are very important.
Well, I'm glad we fleshed this out. So the callers calling up explaining this are correct. That's good. That's why I told folks I don't understand all of this. I'm trying to learn it as we all learn together. There's a difference between healthy thyroid, getting what you need, versus totally trying to fill it to block it, but that's only for the radioactive iodine, one of the big isotopes, according to Bob Bowman, released from these melting down reactors.
But keep in mind, you can take too much iodine, so if you're going to be protecting yourself using SSKI or using potassium iodide tablets, you want to stop when you don't need the protection anymore, because taking too much iodine can also mess up the thyroid.
Well, I'm going to say this, as I've been saying since Friday. Call your doctor, go to the local clinic, talk to them. Now, shifting gears briefly, Ben, then I'm going to go back to calls, and I appreciate you coming on. We have this new report out by Paul Joseph Watson. The calls were pouring in yesterday, the emails. We've gotten people to send us the name of where it happened, the places. It's in this article where the U.S. government, the CDC, and others are basically ordering clinics that do have the iostat type, strong medical-grade potassium iodine with 130 milligrams. They are now telling them not to give it to people, even though it's over the counter.
I'm not sure why they're saying that. They want to hoard it, maybe?
I don't know. We've got this article up on prisonplanet.com. It's now going up on Infowars.com, but these reports are pouring in, and we've now had listeners confirm and even tell us dates, places, and times. Doctor refuses to prescribe drug, as they call it. After conversation with CDC, Amazon.com imposes 1 month waiting period as supplies sell out on back of panic buying. But I want to believe what Dr. Bowman's saying, that most of this is going to go out to sea, folks. The problem is we can't trust government to tell us the truth because they have a history of lying, especially dealing with nuclear disasters.
Yeah, what are you going to do about the government? I wouldn't trust the government.
So basically, iodine is only one thing to try
One thing only. It's important, and it protects the thyroid because